Earlier in the program, we heard from Common Ground volunteer Joan Ruskamp about telling agricultural stories, and that interview will be on our Facebook page a little bit later. Right now, though, Joan is back with a recipe to share. Erin is standing by now with more.
We always love Wednesdays here on the show because that means it's Common Ground Day, and the volunteers always bring in awesome recipes. Joan, tell us about this one.
Well, my ag pen pal class, I asked them if they had any recipe ideas because I really wasn't sure what to make. And one of the students came back with, my grandma makes these Muffin Tin Apple Pies, but he didn't have the recipe. So I just kind of looked around on the internet and put one together. I got thumbs up from a harvesting crew and my husband, which is usually the toughest critic I have.
Yeah.
And so that's what we're making. And Granny Smith apples are kind of the pick for, I mean, this is apple season, right? So you can find apples everywhere. But you're basically gonna peel them, core them, cut them into small pieces. I do have some made up just to kind of show what they look like after. But I did find, as I was trying to put those in the tins, that if you grab that glass, and really the circles that we cut out are about the size of like 4.5 to 5 inches. And if you put this around the bottom and flip it upside down and kind of mold it along the bottom, and then put it in the muffin cup, and you don't have to grease them because most muffin pans are nonstick anyway. And you just kind of set it in there and then lift the glass out and then kind of press it down. It was so much easier than trying to put the circle in, and then after you get all of those in, you've got your apples, sugar, cinnamon, and you stir that all up and heat it, boil it for about 5 minutes, because you want to pre-cook those apples a little. They won't get done otherwise. And then you'll put apple pie filling on all those, and then just cut the rest of your, I really like the lattice. I did make some with a solid, like a pie look, but the lattice is just so pretty, especially on the mini ones. And so then just cut your strips, and then you'll interlace them all over. You bake them about 20 to 25 minutes. My oven, I had to go 27. I was kind of watching until they got brown enough. And then I made a batch, froze them after they were baked, and then heated them. I warmed them up in a crock pot to bring here today. And so it looks like it works great to make them ahead, bake them, and then thaw them and warm them up to eat. And they're really good warm. You could put ice cream. Of course, I love ice cream. You could do like a caramel syrup. But I also took some like cinnamon sugar. And if you want to do that, and sprinkle on the ones that are done. And I just kind of sprinkled that over the tops of all of them. There's an egg in the recipe. If you want like brushing like egg over the top on your crust, that's another way to make these. But it's really simple. Really, once you make them, the first time I did it, it seemed like a lot of steps, but the cornstarch after you cook the apples thickens the juice, and so it's a tasty, very fall appropriate recipe.
I love this because this is your size that you're getting. You're not cutting a big, huge slice of pie. You know, this is really a nice size.
And if you don't want to use a plate, you can use a cup. But the guys, I just put them in a to-go container, and I'm sure they picked them up with their hands and just ate them like that.
I'm sure they did.
Because you can just do that, you know. And here's the one that I have with a solid top.
I do like the lattice better.
It's prettier.
It's great, Jan. It's really good, Joan. So this recipe is on our Pure Nebraska Facebook page if you want to copy it down. Joan, thanks again.
You're welcome.
All right, back to you, John.